So my name's Cameron Lee. I'm producer on Dragon Age Inquisition, and we're here at Gamescom.
So what are you guys talking about new when it comes to this franchise?
At Gamescom, we're showing a brand new demo. So in the Fallow Mire, which is this swampy, dark, creepy kind of location that you can go and explore, and you go through there. There's lots of undead that have been raised, and some barbarians have captured some of your Inquisition soldiers, and you need to go in there and rescue it. It's just a brand new demo that we've put together for everyone. So we've got that. We've also got more information about the war table, which is how you control your Inquisition forces and scouts throughout the world, and how much power that gives you as a leader in the game. And then finally, we're showing some more details about the villain. We're starting to tease a little bit about who is this person that's causing all this chaos and destruction in the world, and who you're trying to find and uncover the truth.
Can you talk a little about the war table?
Yeah, so the war table is, imagine if you were a general and you had pieces of, all your armies and your agents throughout the world. And so what you're looking at here is over 300 different operations that you can send your agents and soldiers out on. And you can decide which ones you want to send them on, how you want to send them on it, and then that changes the different rewards and results accordingly. So it's also how you decide to get involved in different parts of the main story, the main BioWare sort of Dragon Age Inquisition story. So there's a lot more freedom in Dragon Age Inquisition than previous games in terms of how the player gets involved and what it is they want to do. So we give you a massive world, we give you a great story with great characters, and then the order or the way that you want to get involved in that is done through the war table.
What are the challenges in creating a world like this, in giving players some freedom, but then also having that story-driven experience?
There is a lot of challenge. It's not easy, and it's taken us a while to work it out. But fortunately, that war table was really that defining element to it, because BioWare's great with stories. We know how to make these brilliant cinematic experiences that draws people in, and then making an open world game is in many ways in contrast or contradictory to that. So when you're trying to allow that exploration, sense of discovery in a world where the player is in control of their time in it, we needed something to connect the two. We needed that glue. And your Inquisition, your organization which you lead, became that glue. And so just giving the player the ability to decide, send orders out, and tell the Inquisition what to do, it became a natural fit to bring those two together. And once we worked that out, then it was golden.
Now you mentioned talking a little bit more about the villain. What can you say about him?
Not a lot. I think the villain trailer that we just sent out, the Enemies of Thedas trailer, is a great vibe. So the vibe that we're sending out there is this sense of hopelessness that if you don't do something about this, the world is in chaos. It's it's in serious trouble. So I think we've done a great job in terms of selling that vibe, and I think when players have a chance to then play the game, and then they can look back and see all these scenes, and they're going to be able to recognize and maybe get a few little secrets out of the trailer that they didn't necessarily know the first time they looked at it.
What has Next Gen opened up for you creatively?
Next Gen's opened up a hell of a lot of stuff. So the size of the world and the depth of the environment that we're putting together, everything from wolves attacking foxes and all this sort of stuff, but the depth and the amount of it all going into one game is really what Next Gen has allowed us to do. So all of that, and you do it in such an immersive way with the visuals and the lighting and all the atmospherics and ambience. The amount of people we can put on the screen is so much more than previous generations. So I think what players are going to get the most out of the next gen for Dragon Age Inquisition is just that increased level of immersion in the game. And for an open world fantasy role-playing game, I think that's absolutely critical.
RPGs are one of the oldest forms of video games or any kind of gaming. How do you feel you are pushing things forward with this game?
I think for the first time, bringing a story as deep and as rich, and with the characters that are so deep as well, of the sort of BioWare storytelling, putting that into an open world, that's not really happened yet. And I think that's, again, the next gen platforms, the scope and scale of it is allowing us to do that. So I think that's one of the key things that we're pushing forward. And then, of course, leading the Inquisition, having agents and soldiers that you can send out, you can not only get them to do things for you, but they can rebuild bridges, they can rebuild guard towers to defend villages. You can capture keeps, so you can have a physical impact on the world for the first time. So I think those two things are great advances in what we're doing with RPGs.